Hi sewing friends, welcome to my sewing room. My name is Beth, and if you're new, welcome. It's nice to be sewing with you today. We are making a quilt block today inspired by this old vintage quilt top using this block right here. I looked it up in a book. It's got quite a few names, pretty straightforward to put together, so let's get started. Here's the new to me book that I used to look this block up by Maggie Malone, and here's our block. There's what is that, 8 or 9 names: Buckeye Beauty, Double 4-Patch. This is a new to me book, and I'll have the link below. I got mine on Amazon. I'm going to need a couple of 4-patches for this quilt block, and I know that I want to make 4 quilt blocks, so that's 8 4-patches. So I'm going to make a strip of 2.5-inch strip here with a light color and then with a dark color. I'll be sewing the strips together and making the 4 patches in a sort of a simpler way. I'll put my strips together and then I can cut them into segments. After pressing my long strip of fabric, I cut off the end just to straighten the end there, and then I cut my little pieces into 2.5-inch segments because my strips were 2.5, and that's how I will get a lot of these little 2 patches ready to go in order to make my 4 patches. And I had just enough to make the 8 4-patches I needed. I had one little leftover piece. When you use this method, sometimes the end, that left edge, gets a little off. It gets a little at an angle, so you do want to straighten it up and just make sure that you're getting your pieces straight as you go along. I don't know why it does that, but it does tend to happen to me. So I try to use the lines on my ruler along the seam and along the edge to make sure that my little pieces here have straight edges. Now all I have to do is sew these together and I'll have all my 4 patches ready to go. My 4 patches are 4.5 inches, so I want my half square triangles to be 4.5 inches. So I just moved up a 1/2 inch and I'm going to cut squares that are 5 inches. I'm going to sew diagonally. I'm going to draw a line, a diagonal line, sew on either side of my pencil line and trim my half square triangles to 4.5 inches. After sewing on either side of that pencil line, I just cut along the pencil line. I'll press it open, and like I said, then I will make sure that my half square triangles match my 4 patches at 4.5 inches. Now we're able to put all of our pieces together. I want the dark triangles to be pointing at each other, and those 4 patches, the dark area kind of goes diagonally all through this pretty block. And here's my new quilt block with the old quilt. I still haven't decided what I'm going to name this quilt block. There were so many options. I'm going to have to figure that out before I post this video. Let me know what you think. I ended up making 4 of these pretty little blocks. Now I just need to decide how to arrange them. I'll try a few different ways. I've got 3 different options here at the end of the video, and you can look at what I laid out. Let me know what you think. Choose the arrangement that you prefer, and I'll be curious to see what you have to say. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.